Oh yeah, baby, the love fest is over. The love hangover begins. Poor President Zelensky of the Ukraine sought an additional $45 billion of credit, additional to the $65 billion he already received. But as bad luck would have it, the poor bastard only gets $44 billion, hardly enough money to secure Ukrainian borders and fight those goddamn Russians. Did any of you see the NBC nightly news coverage of Zelensky kissing Nancy Pelosi in front of Congress the other night? Now, Elton John had a song years ago, I Want to Kiss the Bride. Zelensky rewrote it the other night, I Have to Kiss the Pig. And I'm an animal lover, people, and I sure hate to insult pigs with that comparison. Good night, nurse. Some people will do the most disgusting things for the root of evil, the love of money. At 1:30 in the morning, following the congressional love fest for Zelensky, a 4,100-page spending bill arrived in all the congressmen's hands to read prior to voting on it later that day. Looks to me like history repeats. It wasn't that long ago, Pig Pelosi said, we have to pass it to see what's in it. And to this day, without fail, I still hear 10 men, bottom feeders say, I don't do religion, I don't do politics. To which I smile and very politely reply, maybe not, but they both, religion and politics, do you. Stick around, because I want to talk about the world's largest bank robbery, and I'm just getting started, on Friday the 23rd of December, 2022. Okay, a few weeks after the brutal attack on the USS Liberty, June 8, 1967, the masters of the plantation formalized their plot to rob every American's bank account nationwide on June 24, 1967. Giving their allies some time to remove their own wealth held in American banks, our masters delayed the robbery by 1 year. The implementation of the Act of Congress, the puppets whose strings are pulled by our masters, an Act of 1967 was delayed until June 24, 1968. And on that day, men in suits, armed to the teeth with high-caliber briefcases, successfully pulled off the world's greatest bank robbery. Did you miss it? Do you recall mainstream media covering it? I don't. Very few talk about it because very few people know about it. What happened on that day was every American's bank account was robbed of the wealth we held on deposit, silver in coin form. I say we because as a paperboy in 1968, my account was robbed also, and I'm still pissed about it. You probably won't believe me, but you'd be amazed how much stuff you could buy back then with a dollar weight of silver, also known as, erroneously called, a silver dollar. And you guys know I'm seriously into stuff. Congress, with the help of FDR's executive order, had already stolen my grandparents' gold in coin form in the early 30s. It was made illegal to own gold. Imagine that. Why would any government prohibit its citizens to own or hold gold, especially in coin form and gold certificates? Now, let's assume Congress has the power to declare anything can be used as the money account of the United States. Keep in mind, at one time in U.S. history, only gold and silver in coin form were used as the money account in the United States. A dollar bill was redeemable for the gold or silver coin, held in safekeeping in the people's bank accounts. The dollar was never backed by gold or silver. Come on, people, think. If gold and silver are the money, what would you back them with? More gold and silver? Put your thinking caps on, people. Say it isn't so. So on June 25th, the day after, 1968, what served as the money of account of these United States? Answer, nothing. Amazing as it sounds, after Congress greenlighted the world's greatest bank robbery that you missed, they decided from that point forward nothing would be used as the money. Well, goddamn, come on, Dave. Something had to replace the silver and coin form. I mean, unlike you, Dave, I work for a living. I don't sponge on my wife and relatives. I pay my bills. I pay my taxes. Do you? I'm sure you believe you do, people. Unfortunately, beliefs don't necessarily prove facts. A number of things happened the day after the bank robbery. The payments mechanism in the USA was totally destroyed. Contracts that specified payment in dollars failed to specify dollar weights of what? That caused a little legal confusion. It should be causing more. And taxes and taxpayer became obsolete terms in the English language. Oh yeah, you're certainly free to believe you pay your bills, get paid for your labor selling your stuff, and providing a service, but it simply isn't true. Because what filled the void, and from June 25, 1968 onward to this day, is credit. Effortlessly bank-created credit. From the Greek word credere, to believe. Bottom line, if you think you have money, and you can get a bankster gangster to agree with you, then you have money. I won't belabor this any longer. There are a number of fun facts I could add here to make this crystal clear as an unmuddied lake, but I don't have the time. We've been robbed and scammed, and we are living a lie. Our government, at all levels, operate totally independent of taxes and taxpayers. Don't doubt me for a second. People, we are already $31 trillion in debt, so we're told. This new 4,100-page bill adds another $1.7 trillion to the national debt. That's almost $33 trillion in the hole. And people will get up this morning, go about their daily affairs, unaware that anything changed or happened. And they could run this bitch up to $66 trillion in the hole. And people will still get up in the morning, go about their daily affairs, unaware that anything changed or happened. But something very sinister and very difficult to detect happened, and trust me, it will get worse and become very obvious to all. When you ask? Well, when it's too late. Now, I'm sure there are a few out there that are thinking, boy, that Dave is a real kook, nutcase, mental case. His tinfoil hat is not only too tight, it's triple layered. Well, guess what? I am not alone. Others know what I know, but they just dare not talk about it. Ron Paul's son, Senator Rand Paul from Kentucky, he let the truth slip in his rant about the 4,100-page bill dumped on him at 1:30 in the morning. I'm going to play a part of it and see if you can't detect the truth. Oftentimes people, by what they don't say. Here we go, very short.
The rules. The American people don't want this. They're sick and tired of it. They're paying for it through the nose with inflation. Adding $1 trillion to the deficit will simply fuel the fires that are consuming our wages and consuming our retirement plans.
Did you catch it? What did Senator Rand Paul not say? American taxpayers are sick of it. They had enough of this fucking shit. They're tired of their tax dollars being wasted and put around by Congress slobs. Nope. He said American people, American citizens are paying through their nose via inflation. Yeah, your money, what you're worth, is not what you think it is. Concealed in plain view, people. The truth. You just got to be trained to pick it up. So, Rand Paul, he knows the truth. Wrapping it all up. Zelensky, even after kissing the pig, got screwed out of $1 billion. But he insists the war, which war? The war against those goddamn Russians, will continue. Turtle-Face Senator Mitch McConnell told everyone yesterday, defeating Russia is America's #1 priority. You heard him say it, because I played it for you. Well, how does this end? Do we come to a peace agreement with Putin? Or does he launch the big ones? He has said there will be dire consequences if and when Patriot missiles arrive in the Ukraine. I think he's serious. Well, guess who knows how it's going to end? Senator Lindsey Graham, the liquor guns, bacon tits plus pea lover, said on Tucker Carlson last night, let me bring it up. Oh, over here.
Meaning to their otherwise barren lives. The problem is, there are potential consequences that could end the world. So the other day, Lindsey Graham came out, the Republican from South Carolina, and said that he agreed with Joe Biden and Zelensky. The real goal is not to move Russian troops out of Ukraine back to pre-February borders. The real goal is regime change in Russia. Watch this.
How does this war end? When Russia breaks and they take Putin out, anything short of that, the war is going to continue. To ask the Ukrainians to give Russia part of their country after all this death and destruction is not going to happen. To signal a ceasefire, Russia will take the opportunity to rearm and come at them again. So we're in it to win it, and the only way you're going to win it is to break the Russian military and have somebody in Russia take Putin out.
There you go. From the horse's mouth, we're in it to win it. And winning may mean something we didn't tell you it means. Okay, let me conclude this podcast. You know, I don't know if I'm going to do it on the 24th and 25th. Not because I'm celebrating the holy day, no. but because I got plenty of stuff to do. And you guys might be occupied with other stuff, so I may not have a podcast until the 26th. We'll see. You'll know if I do or don't. Okay, let me wrap this totally up. In conclusion, people, let me ask you a question. Are American troops still fighting in Vietnam? Do we still have Vietnam War protesters today? Anywhere, on any campus, any college campus, anywhere? Probably not, I'd say. And the answer to the first question is no, American troops are not fighting in Vietnam. The Vietnam War ended May 7, 1975. Now, if a good friend of yours or a family member told you they were heading out today for the nearest college campus to protest the Vietnam War, what would you think? What would you say? Now, I deal with people daily who say they are taxpayers, and that ability ended June 24, 1968. People, that is 8 years before the Vietnam War ended. We don't have Vietnam War protesters anymore, but for some reason, we still have a shitload of self-identifying taxpayers. What is wrong with this picture? You figure it out, because I got stuff to do.